Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Whitney and this is Come Home for Comfort, and this is another From My Heart Friday video. I'm wearing my love shirt just for this video, so there you go, all coordinated with the title of my video. I'm really glad that you all enjoyed the first video I did from My Heart Friday, so here's another one for you. I have a few things I want to talk to you about. So again, this is the kind of video where it's like a podcast kind of style, where if you want to watch and look at what's going on, you're welcome to, but I'm not going to be showing you anything, so you don't have to be looking at the screen the whole time in order to get the whole benefit of the content. So here we go. Let's jump right into the things that I have written down. Of course, you know, I love lists, so I have a little list here with things I'm going to talk to you about today. So first of all, I wanted to share with you a YouTube channel that I'm loving. I've loved this channel for at least a year, probably 2 years now. And the name of the channel is The Daily Connoisseur. It's Jennifer L. Scott. She is an author. She's written books about Madame Chic is what she calls her. Lessons from Madame Chic, different books along that series. I have not read them. I would like to. They're on my list of things I need to read eventually. But I love her channel because she talks about all kinds of things like home management, and she does the 10-item wardrobe, which is really interesting. But one of the things I love is that she talks about manners and etiquette in such an interesting way. There are so many things about daily human interaction that really, to be honest, they irritate me, the way people behave around each other. The fact that there's like no manners in our society almost at all. People are so rude and just, it really irritates me. So I love that she's able to present these situations in such a gracious way, and she never seems irritated by things that happen to her. She'll say, oh, I thought this was very interesting how this person behaved. And just, I love the way she talks about that kind of stuff. I want to be more like that. So I thought, in the spirit of that, I have a situation I want to share with you about something that happened to me that irritated me, but also made me want to think about the way that I interact with people. So I'll link Jennifer's channel down below so you can go back and check out her channel when you finish watching this video, because you won't regret it. She's fabulous. So the thing that I want to talk about as far as etiquette has to do with speaking when someone speaks to you. You know, speaking when spoken to. This is a huge thing. And I live in the South, although the city that I live in, Greenville, South Carolina, is not super southern. There are sections of it that are very, very southern, where people are very polite and very typical southern, hospitable, very kind. But then we do have quite a melting pot here. So there's people from all over the world that live here. There are people that have retired from up north. So it's quite a mix of cultures all over Greenville. So I don't feel like it's necessarily a bash on the South. It's just people in general that live here. So often when I'm in the store, my social life is pretty small, so most of my interaction with people that's not at work is at the grocery store, like at Target. So if I'm walking down an aisle of the grocery store, I always walk on the right. I think that's always proper to do. I try to always keep my cart on the right side of the aisle. But if I'm passing someone and they happen to be looking across the aisle at what they're looking at, in proper manners, they're not doing anything wrong. But when I walk in front of them, I'm gonna block their view for a second while my cart passes in front of them. I will stop and look at them, or kind of slow my cart down a little bit, and I'll say, excuse me, just to let them know, like, hey, I see that you're there, and I realize that when I walk in front of you, I'm gonna block your view, so I'm apologizing for that. Excuse me. Almost never is that reciprocated back to me. Most of the time people don't even acknowledge that I spoke to them. They just look straight ahead. Whether they don't know what to say, I don't know what the reason is for that, but it really bothers me that when I say, excuse me, that nobody ever says, sure, or no problem, go ahead, or anything like that. I'm not saying that I'm in their way or that they're in my way. I'm just being polite. Do you know what I'm saying? And it just really, and I guess part of it is just my pride that I'm like, well, I'm being polite. You should be polite too. That's probably more what it is. But it's just interesting to me that people don't always respond back when they're spoken to. Maybe they're just shy. I don't know. But I think it's interesting. I'll try to be like Jennifer. I just think it's interesting. So this is something that happened to me recently. I was in line at the grocery store, and the cashier, as I was waiting in line, I kind of realized that he was struggling. He was doing his best, but he just wasn't coping well with the register. Was giving him a little bit of trouble. He wasn't handling it very well. He was just kind of getting a little overwhelmed. And so the gentleman in front of me was having a hard time with getting his card to go through, and I could just tell it's gonna be a while that I'm gonna be in line, which I was okay with that. I wasn't in a hurry. I wasn't irritated or anything. So I'm standing in line. Well, then someone got in line behind me. So I turned around to him and I said, I think the register is acting up. You might want to get in a different line. because I knew that I had quite a few things. I had coupons, I had a price check that I wanted to make sure that everything was right. So I knew I was gonna be in line for a while anyway, just because of what I needed. So I thought, I'll tell him I want to get a different line. When I said that to him, he looked at me, made eye contact, and he goes, "What?" And so I repeated again. I said, "The register's acting up. This might take a while. You might want to get in a different line." He just stared at me. Has that ever happened to you where you've spoken to somebody in public to be polite to them and they don't respond back to you? It's very awkward then when you're just like, okay, was I talking too fast? Did you not understand? I don't know. Now, some of you might comment and say maybe he didn't speak English or what. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. But he looked like an ordinary Southern person that spoke English. So I think he was probably okay. But it's just interesting to me. So I just want to encourage you to be thinking about that. Like when you're in the store, if you have to pass someone to say excuse me, and if someone says that to you, to say it back. I'm sure you guys all do that. It's just weird. Anyway, so that's just something that I was thinking about that really, it bothers me, and I try not to let it make me mad. I try to just allow it to make myself be more of a polite person and respond when someone speaks to me. If someone says excuse me, or they say hello, or they offer me their cart, you know, if they're finishing with the cart, I always try to be gracious because it's nice to speak when you're spoken to. Okay, let's see. I thought I would tell you a little bit about what's going on in my life, what we're doing these days. Paul and I just got back from vacation last week. Today, Friday, there is a post on my blog, comehomeforcomfort.com, with highlights from our vacation and pictures and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to check that out, you can. We just went to the mountains and stayed right on the lake and enjoyed it being quiet. And we were in a place that had no internet and pretty spotty cell service, which was good because we were able to, oh, cattail. We were able to, you know, not be distracted by our phones ringing or emails to respond to or whatever. I personally found it a little bit frustrating because I had blog posts that were going live and YouTube videos that I were, you know, publishing while I was on vacation, and I couldn't make sure that everything was okay. I could see that I had emails. I had notifications that I had email, but I couldn't actually open them. It would just like scroll and scroll and scroll on my phone, and that kind of bothered me. So it was good for us, but I was really glad to be home, back in the land of 4G cell service for sure. But it was really fun. I'm glad we were able to get away. It was good to just spend some time together and, you know, get away from everything. So we did have a really great time. So go to my blog if you want to see pictures from that. And we also saw Beauty and the Beast while we were on vacation. We went to a really nice theater. I'm not a big movie person for several reasons. I don't like to be overstimulated, and to me, the movies are just so loud. And if you don't like it, you're stuck there because you already paid for your ticket. Like, ugh. Not usually a big fan, but I knew that I would really like Beauty and the Beast. I mean, I figured I would because it's Disney, and why wouldn't I? So I was really excited to go see that. So we went, it's a really nice theater where you can like put your feet up. It's like a recliner, which is way more comfortable because my feet never touch the floor almost anywhere we go. You know, I'm 4'10", so to be sitting somewhere where your feet are just dangling for 2.5 hours is not very much fun. So it was nice to be able to just relax and enjoy sitting like that in a recliner. I loved the movie. I thought it was fabulous. Beauty and the Beast, like the animated version, is not one of my all-time favorite Disney movies. I love Aladdin, Cinderella, Little Mermaid, Tarzan, Pocahontas. Those are some of my favorites. So Beauty and the Beast is kind of lower. It's not one of the ones that I want to watch over and over again, but it is a great movie. Sorry if I know most people love that movie. It's a good movie. It's just not one of my favorites. But I love the music from it, and I love the love story. It's just very sweet. And Paul and I have seen the Disney like stage version of it. It came to the Peace Center here in Greenville a couple years ago, and we loved that. It was so good. So I was excited to see it with, you know, live action music and dancing. And my favorite scene of the whole movie was the bar scene where they're singing Gaston. I felt like I was in a live show. Like I wanted to clap when it was over. It was so full of Disney magic, which I'm a huge fan of all things Disney magic. It was just, the love story was really sweet, and of course, and I just thought it was really great. I mean, I also feel like it's definitely an adult movie. I don't think a child, I mean, I'm not a parent, so what do I know? But I mean, if I were a kid, I wouldn't have enjoyed it. But as an adult, I thought it was fabulous. So if you haven't seen it yet, definitely go see it because it's really cute. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful movie. Let's put it that way. I did a review of an online grocery pickup from Walmart where you go online, order your groceries, and then drive to the store and they bring them out to your car, which sounds fabulous. Spoiler alert, it wasn't so great. So, at least for me personally, but if you have if you have small children, or you're caring for someone and you're not able to be away from your home for very long periods of time, this would be a great thing for you. But for me, I didn't like it, but you can watch my review of all of that. And then also in my first From My Heart video, let me try that again. In my first From My Heart Friday video, I talked about my weight loss, and a lot of you said you really wanted to hear what I had done. So if you haven't seen that video yet, I did film a video called How I Took Control of My Eating, and how you can too. So you can watch that. It's hopefully it will be helpful for you. I've gotten good response from it. So if you watched it and commented on it, thank you so much. I really appreciate all of your encouraging comments. It was very, very helpful, because talking about yourself being fat is really embarrassing. So thank you for being very kind to me about all that. I hope that it will inspire you if you need some inspiration to get healthy yourself. So I would love for you to leave a comment. Please, let's use this video as a time for you to just chat with me. I love this because I get to connect with all of you who watch my videos, and I love you guys so much. So please just, leave me a comment. Tell me what's going on in your life. Tell me if anything I talked about resonated with you, or if you didn't agree with me. I want to hear about that too. Let's just chat in the comments. So whatever you want to say, I want to hear, and I want to talk to you. Hope you all are having a great day, or afternoon, or morning, or middle of the night, whenever it is that you're watching this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.